I've noticed a sudden change in her attitude. She no longer calls me as often as she used to, and also does not pick my calls as promptly as she used to. What annoys me is she doesn't return my calls and also sleeps off barely 5 minutes after we start a phone call. I'm confused about all this. We have plans to get married by the end of next year. How do I address this issue? Yeah, Ceci.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me.
We are in the exes season.
Yeah, it looks like.
Wow.
They don't want to disappear.
Well, I think this guy is a side issue. Okay, now here's what I think is happening. I think this lady had a problem with her main man, and then she decided to take this guy up as a hobby. And I think now she has patched things up, and now she wants the guy to go. Because really, what was the first problem again? So right now, okay,
visited, okay, got a phone call.
Mm-hmm. And then the ex.
Yeah, the ex.
She wanted more time to
break up.
That's one. That's one. So you found out about this ex, you confronted her, and then she's telling you that give her more time.
Right.
So if he's an ex,
and she said they haven't even broken up.
So which means it's not official.
Yes.
So there's a separation, not a divorce.
Sort of, kind of.
Okay. So
she's thinking to be blunt or not to be blunt.
Like, okay, so like I said, the guy is the main. The guy is a side issue, because looking at, he doesn't pick your phone calls. He doesn't she doesn't pick your phone calls, and what else? She sleeps off like barely 5 minutes into a conversation, and she has gone back to the guy, and then she'll just have a hush conversation with you, and then she's off, because it looks like it is something that is happening very often. And every time we start talking in the evening, 5 minutes later you are gone.
Actually, I have a different theory.
Okay.
You know, sometimes like when you want to get someone off the phone quickly because there's someone else in your house, you'll pretend to be either sleeping or tired. You can't stay on the phone. Think about it.
Oh well. But I'll still stick to my own. The main guy is back. But I mean, the whole point of this is that I do not think that, I think this woman is just trying to give you signs that, you know what, I don't want you around anymore. I don't want you around anymore. Because all these things you are talking about, she doesn't pick your calls. So, friend is on fire. Oh, Masa. I don't know whether, seriously, I'm not sure he doesn't know what to do. Because these are the red flags, and then they are staring you in the face. The writing is on the wall. So I do not think that he doesn't know what to do. Probably he's just looking for some ray of hope that, give her some time. Maybe she hasn't gotten everything figured out yet, or maybe she's having complications or something. But I really don't know what he wants to hear. My opinion is that I don't think you mean so much to this woman like you think. You sound like a really nice guy. I'm sorry, but I don't think this woman wants you.
Right. Like you would want her to want you. I think this ex is very much in the picture. More in the picture than you are. So that's about it. Zama, let me come to you. I mean, how do you feel about this? You know, say you were in this person's shoes, you know, and your partner is saying, give me time to break up with the ex.
Listen, I think Ceci is right on the money. And I also think, Jessica, you're on the money in terms of someone else is there that, you know, she's hiring him off the phone for. As someone who has, and I'm not proud, ghosted people before, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't even try and have a conversation with her. I would just, you know, like Ceci said, the writing's on the wall. I would read it and go. Because at this point, she's already said how she's felt. She's showed him how she feels. And as much as you may be looking for a ray of light, like you're just going to be stringing yourself along and wasting your time and investing more in this girl when she's obviously not invested in you. So I believe, as painful as it is, there's someone better out there for him, and he must just go.
Rosina.
To be blunt or not to be blunt?
I know, right? You see, this issue of exes is something that I'm very passionate about. It's not a crime to have an ex. I have exes, and you don't necessarily have to be enemies with your exes, but you certainly need to set boundaries. And when I'm saying boundaries, clear-cut boundaries. An ex of mine has no business calling me at certain times of the day, no matter what. Unless, of course, it's a life and death situation or something. I mean, no matter what. And when an ex calls me, I don't see why I can't pick that call in the presence of my boyfriend or my husband and say, oh, what's up? And if he says, I'm just calling to check up on you, my nigga calling at this time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to put you straight.
Make him realize that it's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, you know. But people don't know how to draw lines between exes. I mean, once you've moved on from that person to somebody else, there's a reason why you moved on. It is important that you respect the new person you are with and set clear-cut boundaries. There are some exes that both of you now decided that, okay, we are ending it. They understand. But there are some who don't know that it's ended. And then they still keep on poking their nose. Those people, you need to stop them in their tracks one time. It has to be blunt, it has to be painful, it has to be quick, it has to be clear. I don't want you anymore. Now, that said, if the girl cannot, I don't know why she's even using the word ex. Somebody that she's asking you to give her time to break up with the person. That person is not an ex. That person is on leave. Or was on leave. And the person is resuming. So, yeah. Where is the ex coming from? You understand? So, this guy is not an ex. This guy, like you said, maybe they were probably dating. Something happened. Oh, you know what? Let's break up. I'm not talking to you. And she probably wanted to do something to pain the guy, and she probably came for you, so the guy will know that Charlie, she's hot. She can get anybody else. And you just happen to be there at Planke. That's exactly how the girl is seeing you. The girl has no respect for you. Now, you have a problem with the guy calling. Probably had a problem with how long they were talking or how they were talking. Now he says, give me time to break up. 1 week still, they are still together. And she's not afraid of admitting to you that, oh, give me time, I'm still trying to work on it. She doesn't value you. She doesn't want to be with you. You are just in case.
Just by the way.
Just by the way. Something to prove to the boy that I meet to a day. And you know what? Now that you found this out, all your conversations are going to be, so that dude, is he still in your life? Have you broken up with him? So your conversations are getting boring. It's all about trying to see whether the guy is still in your life. I don't think they talk about anything substantial anymore. And that's how come your conversations they don't go beyond 5 minutes. Because you are trying to put yourself in a relationship you are not in. That relationship, you are not in a relationship. You are not there.
There's no space for you.
There's no space for you. And you see, men, women alike, it's high time to be in a relationship. You need to love yourself first. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yes.
I thought that in a relationship, Charlie, you need to love the other person, do anything you can for the person, be there for the person. But no, check this. You can only give true love if you know how to love yourself. I had to learn it the hard way.
Exactly.
I was always giving, breaking my back, everything for the other person. And all I kept getting was trash. But the moment you start loving yourself, you start looking good, your confidence builds up, and that other person comes and knows that they cannot mess with you.
Exactly.
Because they know what they'll be losing if they mess with you. So we should begin to start loving ourselves as we should. If you yourself, you don't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you?
Exactly.
Now, if you love yourself, you know that this is not the person for you. Like I told the other lady, you too, like you a man, you know what? Just go down and spring up, and jump out of it. Don't call her again. No, seriously, don't call her again. Don't get in touch with her, and trust you me, in the next 2 months, she is not going to call. Hey, You haven't called me in a long time. And so
I moved on.
I've also moved on. You know what? I'm also in a relationship with somebody. I'm trying to see how it works. So, Charlie, give me some time. Let me build this. If it doesn't, I'll come back to you. That's the kind of response you should give her. And just move out of the relationship. You see, it's high time people just respect themselves and respect the other person. Because you see, you're not the only person with a heart. The other person also has a heart, has feelings, has parents, brothers, family who love them. You don't have a right to destroy those people. It's not right. And if you don't love the person, it's not by force to love people too. So if you don't care about the person, walk out. And if you see that somebody doesn't care about you, please allow the person to go. This issue about, there's marriage ahead, marriage doesn't solve issues. It only complicates issues. Marriage is nice if the foundation of the marriage is solid. It's about you caring for each other, then that's the way that things will happen. Charlie, but you still, but when the marriage is built on issues, you just barely got it through to prove to people that, we have also got to marry. Let's actually, the issue say it gets compounded. It gets compounded, and today is an ex, tomorrow he's lying, the next day he's cheating, the next day he's even stealing, the next day he's insulting you, and then last he's beating you up. And so one day they'll come and carry your corpse and go and bury you. And just after your burial, 1 month later, you get married to somebody else. So, Charlie, my thing is that if you're in a relationship, the partner doesn't respect you, if you're not married yet, it is the best time to get out. Sometimes it's the fear of the unknown. You think that beyond this relationship, you're probably too old, or you think the other party is too beautiful, too handsome, too rich, you think you can't get anybody like that. But I have testimonies of people who have left perfect relationships and marriages. And people like, hey, Charlie, and they've landed even better people ones who respected them better. And they are so thankful for that boldness to move out and get somebody else who respected them. And I think we all deserve that for ourselves.
Sure.
Totally
Sorry
agree.
for talking plenty.
No, I mean, totally agree.
You're
totally
passionate.
agree.
Yeah.
Usually when someone isn't so quick to move on from an ex, it just means that they're still, apart from everything else, they're also not sure about you.
Sure.
Maybe she is really planning on breaking up with the ex, but I also feel like she's still
really
hesitant. Sure. So just think about that. But definitely, you're not married yet. You're planning on getting married next year, but I'm not sure about this lady. Like, observe her for a little bit and take your own decisions. A message from Mami in Chiwa says, that means you're the side cock. But how can a side cock tell the lover to go break up with the main cock? Bro, you better forget the lady and save yourself now from any heart attack and confusion. V says she never broke up with her ex, as she claims he just came in at the wrong time thinking she had develop some love for the guy, move on and don't look back. It's just a waste of time, says this message. Peter says the signs clearly show that she does not love you. Forget her, focus on your life. There's one last message I really want to push through. We're out of time, but I'll give each of you a minute to address it because it's quite interesting. Says, hello sisters, I have a peculiar situation, which is this. After every sexual encounter with my husband, he watches porn on his phone and masturbates. I spoke to him about it. I spoke to him about it because I'm really uncomfortable and find it weird. He told me that he cannot stop. In his words, just as there's foreplay, there's afterplay. Damn. I don't feel I'm enough for him. What do I do? 1 minute each. Zama, just because of the reaction on your face, I'll come to you. What would you do if this was your husband?
I would have another conversation and call him out on that afterplay thing, because if you still have energy to go, then let's go together. And if she's a person that's like maybe not like one is good and refined, then that's also a conversation I believe that they need to have. But after play, no ma'am. No, what's after play? This is the first I've heard of that.
All right, Ceci, what do you think?
Yes, I think this conversation is also very important because probably there's some unfulfillment somewhere. So talk to him. What other fantasies do you have apart from what we have been doing? Talk to me so that, I mean, if we can strike some sort of agreement, then we can. Because obviously it's going to make you feel very, very inadequate. Yes, very inadequate. So that's it.
Rosina?
He has energy for after play.
Yes.
Hey.
And for a second, this thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh. So I'm here. Let's go.
Let's go. But what if you're tired?
You see, but the thing is,
maybe
you're
a one-off person.
You see, some of these things. Some people have one or two issues. Maybe once a while he will do something like that. Maybe that day he's feeling very
energetic.
But when it becomes consistent, and sometimes some of these things, I keep saying that you may have your own vices, but out of respect, know where to do them. Even if that's the case, you shouldn't do it so that the woman knows that, okay, I've finished with you, but you are not enough for me. I'm not satisfied. I'm not going to get satisfied by watching other women. I will do my own thing myself, and that's the only way I can sleep. After play is cuddle and sleep.
Exactly.
After play is cuddle.
Why do you say
Cuddle.
I said cuddle and cuddle. I said cuddle
And sleep.
So if you cuddle, you are not cuddle and sleeping. Then you are doing this highly energetic affair again, Charlie. Then it's a big problem. So I think you just need to have a conversation and see why. Unless, of course, you're also not open to certain things. Maybe if he wants to watch the porn together with you, then maybe that's a compromise both of you need to strike so that both of you get into the moment and then achieve it. But long and short, you need to have that conversation. I don't think it's fair for your husband to make you feel so inadequate. You guys need to meet somewhere.
Feel you. Not much to say here, but I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Vodafone and Secure. Now, Secure Pill is a low-dose daily oral contraceptive pill that is taken by women, of course, daily, to prevent unintended pregnancies. So if you want to take control of your life, I would recommend you try that contraceptive. And it's been protecting women for over 30 years, so you're guaranteed what they're offering. Secure Pills provide the modern woman with a convenient way to plan her lifestyle or her life. Thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates. Sister Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.